First, I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to a number of people. To those who have all been a part of making me who I am. To those of you out there and in Minnesota and Illinois who have been a part of my success, I say thank you. To my teammates at Central Catholic High School, the University of Notre Dame, the Minnesota Vikings, the Chicago Bears, I say thank you. To the people of Canton, to the people around this country who have supported me over the years, I say thank you. But I would like to say a special thank you to my father Howard, to my sister Marvel, and my sister Twyla, my wife Diane, my daughters Nina, Georgiana, Campson, my son Justin, and to my mother, who never had a chance to see me play, and to all my other fans and friends and family who are here. On this occasion, I ask myself, what contribution can I still make that would truly be worthy of the outpouring of warmth and good feelings as I have received here today? And the answer for me is clear: to help give other children the chance to achieve their dreams. I don't know when children stop dreaming, but I do know when hope starts leaking away, because I've seen it happen. Over the past 10 years, I spent a lot of time speaking with school kids of all ages. And I've seen the cloud of resignation move across their faces, even as move across their eyes as they travel through school without making progress. They know they are slipping through the net into the huge underclass that our society seems willing to tolerate. At first, the kids try to conceal their fear with defiance. Then, for far too many, defiance turns to disregard for society's rules. It's then that we have lost them, and maybe forever. But this loss is not always as apparent as the kid who has dropped out of school for the life on the street. I've seen lost men in the National Football League. When I played for the Minnesota Vikings, there was an occasion where we had a new defensive line coach, and he wanted us to read the playbook to learn it. And probably wasn't a bad idea if you could read. There were 9 of us in the group. 4 of us read pretty well, or 3 of us read pretty well. 2 did so-so, did okay, got through it. The other 4 had a very difficult time and struggle. And it was painful for them, but it was painful for all of us. And we shared their pain. These same young men were once the heroes of their schools, showered with recognition and praise for their athletic performance, and allowed to slide in the classroom. And for their time in the NFL, at least, they were the lucky ones, because they had already beaten the long odds of 18,000 to 1 to make it that far. But without reading skills, what were their chances of finding employment once their playing days were over? We are doing no favor to the young men of Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, and LA if we let them believe that a game shall set them free. At the very best, athletic achievement might open a door that discrimination once held shut. But the door slammed quickly on the unprepared and the undereducated. We are at a point in our history where black teenagers constitute the most unemployed and undervalued people in our society. And instead of making a real investment in education that could pay itself back many times, our society has chosen to pay the price 3 times. Once, when we let the kids through the educational system. Twice, when they drop out to a street life of poverty, dependence, and maybe even crime. And a third time, when we warehouse those who have crossed over the line and gotten caught. The cost of this neglect is immense, in dollars and in abuse of the human spirit. We must educate our children. We don't have a choice. Now, these words may seem simple to the people in the front lines who have seen too many of the lost and too few of the victorious. The jobless single mother who may have too little hope for herself to share some with her children. To the kids surrounded by drugs and violence in acres of rotting city. A job in a law firm may seem more unrealistic than being here on the steps of the Hall of Fame as I am today. And so we who have been insulated by our successes from a loss of hope must not turn our backs on these children. We must not concede their lives to the forces that have worn down so many children. As I said before, we must educate our children. Yes, the things I am suggesting are simple. But I've learned from school, from football, and from the law that even the biggest, scariest problems can be broken down to their fundamentals. And if all of us cannot be superstars, we can remember to repeat the simple fundamentals of taking responsibility for ourselves and for the children of this country. We must educate our children. And if we do, I believe that will be enough. Thank you.